Hello viewers, 4DIYers here with another video for everyone. In this video here I'll be showing you how to replace the rear subframe bushings for the differential on a Mazda CX-9 all-wheel drive. This is a 2015 model, so this applies to the first generation, but a similar procedure can also be applied to other generations as well as other SUV models from Mazda. Failing bushings will cause your vehicle to vibrate during acceleration or cornering during takeoff. Unfortunately, Mazda does not carry the parts. They want to sell you a whole new subframe instead. The parts are available through an aftermarket supplier. I have seen upgraded bushing options as well online. First is driving the rear of the vehicle on ramps for more room. Next is dropping the spare tire using the supply tools in the trunk. Completely remove the spare tire. This will give us extra space to work. Here I'm using my OEM Tools jack, model number 24837, support the rear differential. This is a low profile 3.5 ton jack that is extremely versatile. It can go as low as 3 3/4 of an inch and as high as 20.5 inches with a 4.3 inch saddle with a support rubber pad and a foam handle. A must have for anyone's garage. A link to this will be included in the video description. Using a 17mm socket with a ratchet, remove the 2 nuts and washers. There's 4 mounts in total for this differential, the 2 you see here, and then another 2 up front. These can be replaced without removing the differential. Here's a close-up of the broken bushing. The passenger side is still solid, however the driver's side has broken webbing. This vehicle only has 168,000 kilometers on it. Using a hacksaw, cut the webbing out of the bushing so we can remove the center. I tried different methods to remove the old bushings with no luck. A hammer and chisel or a punch, and using a hacksaw blade to cut the outer ring. Then I tried using an air hammer. Again, it didn't work. The best option I found was using a die grinder with a burr bit to cut the outer ring. You don't need to cut it all the way through, but a majority of the way where it can separate, and the ring will remove the tension where it makes it easier to remove. I did push the ring forward, and this will help clean the exposed hole as it may have rust in it. Then pull the ring out from the spare tire side as shown here. Pliers work great for assisting in the removal. Here's another angle removing the other bushing. Again, is using a die grinder to cut the section of that ring out. Doesn't matter where you cut it, we just need a spot to remove the tension. Now remove the ring. I did try to fold it in on itself, but unfortunately this ring is quite rigid. Make note of the orientation of the bushing. The new replacement will need to be installed in the same position. Using a drum sander with a die grinder, clean the holes. Remove any rust or debris so the new bushings don't have any binding with the installation. I did do a test fit with the new bushings, and there was no way to install these as they were too much of an interference fit, meaning that they are too large for the holes. I have seen some posts online complaining about this issue. I have read online about people grinding these down, but by far the best method is turning these down on a lathe. They were trued up using a dial indicator within 5 thou. Then the diameter was brought down by 40 thou from the original measurement. Once the one was turned down, I was able to hammer it into the hole. Make sure it's the right orientation. This is a tight fit and should be, so it doesn't have any movement when everything is back together. I used a brass hammer to start. This is softer than the outer ring and will not cause any damage. The center stud for the differential can be adjusted with the jack to move it up or down, ensuring that bushing is going in correctly. Make sure you go around the perimeter of the bushing and not in one spot so the bushing is pushed in evenly. A hammer with a brass bar can be used to push it in flush to the side of the subframe. Next is using a Bessey clamp with a ball joint press attachment. These have an insane amount of clamping force, so they're great for pressing in any bushings. When it's clamped in place, you can hit the threaded rod at the back with a hammer to help relieve some tension by driving that bushing in. Then compress the clamp again and repeat. You can make some small adjustments using the outer ring from the ball joint kit and a hammer. Then the bushing needs to be almost flush on the other side, the same position of depth like the old bushing. Then the same process is done with the other bushing. First it's hammered into place and then it's pressed in after. Make sure those bushings are properly in place, then is reinstalling those washers and tightening up those nuts with the 17mm deep socket and ratchet. As a couple tips, if you don't have a ball joint kit, a large socket or pipe can be used, something which is close enough to the same diameter of that outer ring and which doesn't cause any damage. The key is pushing these bushings in evenly so it doesn't bind in the hole. Put the spare tire back into place and then you're officially done. New videos released every week on my channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, it's a huge help to me, and leave a comment below if you found this tutorial helpful. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to also hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.